joining me. How are you?
I'm all right, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Well,
You
let's
doing
get
good
right
after
into
that win, baby.
it. Absolutely. I want
Yeah.
to talk about why we're here. Obviously, the Tide hashtag Tide Tackles campaign. You're going all over the country.
Yeah.
Besides the number one rule of always have Tide on deck, what are your top rules for fans when tailgating?
Besides having tied,
Yep.
I would say show love to your team, have fun, and take pictures. I mean, because it's dope, man. Like I've been talking about like how as a player you pass by all of the fun. Like you see everybody tailgating, they're throwing a ball, they're running plays out there, they're eating the best food, they're watching things on satellite TV. It's a dope overall experience, man. And you pass that on the way to the stadium, but you never get a chance to be a part of it. So now Tide is tackling stains at all of these tailgates. And it's dope, man. I got a chance to travel to Buffalo, Kansas City, and New Orleans, and nobody does game day like those cities, but also no one cleans better than Tide. So it's a great campaign to be a part of because you get a chance to see all of these different tailgate rituals and activities and customs and cuisines, and it's celebrated and everybody's having a good time. And I'm just thankful to be a part of a campaign like Tide. And they got me on the RV, with the yellow suit on, rubbing the hands. So it's a great thing to be a part of, man. I'm having a good time.
And obviously, like you said, when we first started talking, how could you not be in a good mood coming off that win over the
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers here? 11 straight games for the Bears defense, a thing you were a part of for a long time in your career. 11 straight games, not allowing 21 points or 21 points or less for this Bears defense. The offense is coming along, but as a former member of the Bears defense, when you look at this current defense, how much pride do you take in what they're currently doing right now?
Oh, it's great, man. It's great. You don't want to have 100 yard rushers. It's great when you hold a team to under 21 points and you're able to take the ball away and create plays that can set up your offense or set up your special teams. So it's a great thing to be a part of, especially when you're doing it in the fashion that we're doing it, like the old school way. Everybody's just grinding and running. And a lot of these guys aren't household names. And so they just coming to work, man, punching the clock and the ticket, man. So it's great to see some blue collar work back in the city of Chicago.
Can I get your thoughts on what is starting to look like a new era of Bears football? A lot of like longtime fans who have been around for years, they'll never get over the days of Bears football being run the ball and have a hard hitting defense, right? But we had Hard Knocks come to Chicago for the first time ever. Caleb Williams, a prolific passer in college, he's now leading the team's offense. They're starting coming to age with this offense and kind of building this team to fit 2024. Is this a new era of Bears football, in your opinion?
I hope so, man. Sometimes you just got to go against the grain and just flourish what you're good at. If you're good at passing, then pass. Like I know traditionally we're that team that gets off the bus running or something, but if that's not working, then let's just go to something else. I mean, we got the talent to do that. So let's do that and until somebody stops it. Then you go somewhere else, find something else that you're good at. So I like the situation that we're in. There's not a lot of pressure on us, but yet and still you still see people getting better. Like Caleb had back-to-back 300-yard passing games. Like that's something that you can build off. That's that he didn't throw any interceptions. So he made great decisions all game. And so when you string back-to-back games like that, like then try to do it for the third time. Get better than you were the last week. Now do better than you, like just keep getting better, like every week, every day. And I'm pretty sure you'll be happy with the results when it's all said and done.
And I'm going to ask you about that progression here in a moment, but I want to ask you about somebody who's quickly becoming my favorite on that defense. I think he's becoming a fan favorite in Chicago without a doubt, and that's Javon Dexter Sr. Saw Akeem Hicks
Hmm.
praise him. This man is breaking out, and really, we saw a few defensive tackles break out last year in the NFL, but they never truly
Hmm.
got enough love and attention that they deserve. What do you make
Yeah.
of Javon Dexter's breakout campaign here in just his second year?
I think that he's a hard worker and he wants to be the man here. I went to this hill in Northbrook with my son. We were up there training, and I saw Javon Dexter up there. He brought somebody out there. They had some pads. They were going over like hand movements and stuff like that. Then he sprints the hill. So I'm like, oh man, okay, this is somebody who speak my language right here, man. I love somebody who coming out here who willing to work hard. But it's also a testament to Coach Eric Washington. I was with Coach Eric Washington when he was here with Rod Marinelli, and I think the job that he's doing with the defensive line, I saw that in preseason when I went up to one of the practices. So I think that you got guys like, of course, you got Montez Sweat who came in who just changed everything, but you got guys like Zach Pickens who comes in and he makes plays. Andrew Billings, DeMarcus Walker. Then you got Austin Booker or Daryl Taylor. Like these guys come in and there's no drop off. There's no drop off when these guys get in the game, man. And I think you got a bunch of unselfish players who go out there and they play within the scheme of the defense and they have fun doing it. So I think it's a testament to Coach Eric Washington and the job he's doing with his defensive line.
And before I get out of here, first I want to thank you again for all of your time. I love what you're doing. I've long been a fan of yours, not just on the field, but everything you do off the field. I think you're truly one of the first pro football players to really take social media and just this new age media by storm. So my credit to you on that. You
Oh,
talked about
thank you, man.
the development of Caleb Williams. The second half of the season, you're going to see the likes of the San Francisco 49ers and then all of the NFC North. Why is it so important for the Bears to win these games now to prepare Caleb for not just facing the division rival, but these games will determine a playoff spot or not?
Yeah, so these games are like equivalent for him of playing like a UCLA or somebody like that. And so these games are really important because it doesn't matter what your record is as long as you beat everybody in your division, like you can go to the playoffs. So you got to put the extra onus on the teams that you play in your division. And you want to have something to play for. Like that's when it's fun. When you're just playing and you're not going to get to the playoffs and like it kind of takes the sting out of everything. But if you win this game, there's a potential that you are able to go to the playoffs. Like then you play with a little bit more grind. You know what I mean? So these are all important games, but especially the division ones, because that's one of the goals, like to win the NFC North. And it's tough. Like you got the Vikings, you got the Packers, and you got the Lions. So and all those guys are playing great ball. And so if you could find a way to just be the best team that particular Sunday, you don't have to be the best team in the world. Just be the best team on that particular Sunday when you're playing against a division rival. That's an important game.
I'm going to end with this. Just any quick thoughts on former division rival Aaron Rodgers and his head coach Robert Saleh getting fired just like an hour
I
before
saw
the
that. I saw that, man. Like, I think you should at least let the head coach play out his season. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
I
this
mean,
man has spent months just trying to make sure this team is where they need to be, and to fire him after 5 games, like that's just crazy, man. That's crazy. So maybe it was a little something more into that push that Aaron Rodgers gave the head coach. So
that's
I
what
don't know.
it is. It's kind of crazy. He held it down while Aaron was gone, and now 5 games in, he's gone. But that's neither
That's
here nor there.
crazy.
Spice Adams, man, I meant everything I said about just who you are as a football player and what you're doing now and what you're doing with time.